What is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome back to what I think is part 3 of our Himiko Toga pixel art tutorial. So where you last left off, we finished the frame of the base part of the head, but we still have lots of hair to work with. And actually, I think what we're going to do is spend one part on each puff of the hair, and then even then, there's little bits of like hanging parts that come off the hair, but I just want to make sure that we get the bun done. That rhymed. So these next two parts will probably be focused on doing those, and then if we can get those done, then all the other stuff is just small fry details. So let's go to the left side of the build. If you go to the left side of the face, we should have this one single hanging off the left side of this 4 vertical, and that's kind of where I want to start today off. We need to do some of the hair, the easier parts of the hair, before we reach the bun. So let's just get started on that so that we can get to the bun as soon as possible. So from the single, we're going to put a placement block to the left side and go up into left 2 flat, 1, 2. And then from this 2 flat, what I want you to do is put 7 blocks below it on the left side, on the left block in the 2 flat, we're going to put 7 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're then going to mark this bottom block in this newly created 8 vertical, because we had 1 and we added 7 to the bottom, so it's 8 in total. Because we're gonna go up into from the top block and connect it up here, but then we're gonna resume with the bottom, so we're coming back to the bottom. So next, what we're gonna do from the top block in this 8 vertical is put a placement block to the top so we can go up into the left 12 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As you can see, it connected at a diagonal to this top part of the face, and we're done with that. It was very quick and very simple. So we can delete that placement block and then go all the way to the bottom where we had that 8 vertical marked off. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go down and to the right from it. So put your placement block underneath each time. Down to the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block underneath. From that 4 vertical, we can do a little quick segment of the hair by going to the top block in that 4 vertical. And from that top block, we're going to go up into the right 1 single with a placement block. So like this. So the placement block is at a diagonal this time. And to the right of this placement block, we're going to put 1 coal. And on top of it, we're going to put 2 going straight up. 1, 2. From this single floating placement block we had on the right side, we can go up into the right 3 flat with it. So placement block to the top of right side. 1, 2, 3. And that connects to the face, so that's fine right there. Then if we go to this floating 2 vertical, if we go to the top block, we're going to go up into the right 3 flat from it as well. 1, 2, 3, and that should connect too. And we're done with that. There's just a quick detour. There's going to be little quick detours like this because there's little pieces of hair hanging off the back of Toga's neck. On the left and right side, but this should be very simple to do. So now going back to the 4 vertical, if we go to the bottom block in it, so this one right here on the bottom, we can put 3 placement blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then 1 coal. And from this 1 coal, we're going to go up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. That connects at the diagonal, so we're good with there. And then we can backtrack to that original single and go down into the right 2 flat, so place a block underneath. 1, 2. Then from that 2 flat, we're gonna have 2 different splitting strands. So what we can do is put our grass block to the right side, and from that right side from that right side dirt block, we can put a coal on top, a coal to the right, and a coal below. Just like that. Now first, from the coal on top, what we can do is put, how do we do this? We can put 2 more coals to the right of it, like so. 1, 2. And then from those 2 coals to the right we just placed, we can go to this block all the way on the right side and put 1 coal on top, and then 1 to the right of that, and it should connect. Very weird pattern, hopefully it didn't get lost there. Even if you messed this part up a little bit, this is just extra detail, so it should be fine. We just need a little bit of these little spiky shapes coming out of her neck. Anyways, that also connected us with the right side one, so we don't have to touch that. Instead, the final one will be this bottom piece right here. And from this bottom piece, we're going to put an extra coal below it. We're then going to go down into the right 1 single. and then up and to the right 3 singles, and that should connect to the wall. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright, now that we have those little frills connected, we can go back to the main source where we have this 4 vertical over here. And from the bottom block in the 4 vertical, we can continue going down with the hair. So we're going to first go down into right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down to right 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Then we can put a placement block on the bottom, and we're going to go down into right 2 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And 1, 2, that's 4. Down into right 1 single. And then to connect us to this little block that we marked off in the beginning of the build, we're going to go down into right 2 vertical. So placement block to the bottom or right side. 1, 2. And it connects perfectly, so that's good. I would say delete the placement block on the top right here, not the one on the bottom. The one on the bottom is going to be part of her shirt. So now that we've connected to that, we can instead look over to the left side over here where we have this placement block on the top of this L shape. And that's actually part of the hair as well, so that's going to go back up. So that's what we're going to be working with next. So on this placement block on the left side, we're going to put a placement block on top and go up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Up into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into left 2 flat. 1, 2. And from this 2 flat, we're going to go to the left block right here. And on that left block, we're going to put 1 below it. And 2 on top. 1, 2. And from this 4 vertical now, there is like 2 splitting strands in the hair. So this part is so complicated. This is what I was talking about. The hair is so complicated that sometimes I get a little bit confused. What we're going to do is we're going to come back to the bottom block right here so you can mark it. But what we're going to do first is finish up the top block. So let's go to the top of that 4 vertical, and we're going to go up and to left 3 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Perfect. Up and to left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally up and to left 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, now let's trace all the way back down to the 4 vertical right here and find the bottom block. And we're going to go down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the bottom block in that 4 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the right. Then we're going to go to the second to last one in this 4 vertical and put 1 to the left. And now from this block to the left, we're going to go up into left 1 single. Up into left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up into left 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just zoom out and take a quick break, just so you can see where we're at right now. If yours doesn't look like this, you might want to redo some of those parts. I did go for quite a bit without pausing or breaking, so hopefully you're able to follow along with that entire segment right there. We're almost at the bun, which I thought we were going to start at, so if we don't actually end up finishing the entire thing today, we'll do as many parts as it takes, but I'm hoping that we can do this in a quick pace. Anyways, from there, we're going to go up into left 17 vertical, so placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then from the 17 vertical, if we find the top 6 blocks, from the top at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from the top, count down 6 blocks, I'm sorry. Every one of those blocks is going to get 1 coal to the left. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then we can delete those extra dirt blocks now, because we no longer need them to mark anything. And we can continue with this 6 vertical if we wanted to, so this left side, but we're not right now, so we can mark it. Instead, what we're going to do is from the top of the 17 vertical, we're going to put 1 placement block to the top or right side, so we can go up and to the right, 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from that 5 vertical, if we find the top 2 blocks in it, so 1, 2 like that, we can put 1 coal to the right of every one of those, so 1, 1. Just like that. Kind of thickens up the build a little bit. And then now that we have these 2 different blocks on the top, we can split into 2 different directions. So from this block on the left, or this top left corner, we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then you can mark that. So you can just mark those 2 vertical. From these 2 extra blocks on the right here, we can put 8 on top of them. So this is not at the diagonal, this is exactly on top of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you need to recount them, there should be 10 in total because we had 2 and we added 8 to the top of it. All right. From this newly created 10 vertical, we're going to go up and to the right 4 vertical 2 times in a row. So placing block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. And then we can delete these extra dirt blocks. Now from these 4 verticals, if we go to this block all the way on the top, we're going to put 2 to the left of him. 1, 2, just like that. And we're going to start shaping out the bun. Now this bun in Toga's hair is just like a cluster, excuse my French, cluster F of shapes. So don't get lost here. If you feel a little bit confused, just redo this part as many times as you need or slow down. So from this 2 on the left, what we do is we're going to put a placement block to the left. And we're going to put 1 coal above that placement block. And 2 coals below it. So 1, 2, just like that. Then we can mark that. So we can mark this single right here. And we can also mark these 2 verticals that we just put. And then we're going to backtrack a tiny bit to the we're gonna backtrack to the 4 vertical we had over here, like this top right corner. So you see the 3 flat we used to build this right here. There's a 4 vertical that kind of just starts the shape, the upside down L. We're gonna put a placement block on top of it and go up and to the right, 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you're wondering why we're doing this instead of the circular bun shape, it's because a bunch of those curvy lines eventually connect back to this line that we're doing right now. So I want to have this line already there so that when they connect back to it, we'll know if we're doing it correctly or not. From the 5 vertical, we're going to go up and to the right 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, that's 2. Up and to the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just keep putting a placement block on the top or right side each time for this segment. Should save you some time, saves me some breath from having to say it every time. But since we're just going up and to the right constantly, it's just placement block on the top every time. We should be good. From there, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical, and we're actually going to do that 4 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1, placement block. 1, 2, that's 2, placement block. 1, 2, oops, wrong block. 2, that's 3, and then finally 1, 2, that's 4. Next, we're going to go up and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 2 vertical again, except this time it's going to be 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2, and 1, 2, that's 3. From there, we're going to go up and to the right, 1 single, up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2, And before we go back to this 2 vertical we just placed, that single we did right before it, so this one right here, we're just going to put 3 pieces of coal to the left of it. 1, 2, 3. And we can mark the final block in those 3 pieces of coal. But we're going to keep working with the 2 vertical. So this 2 vertical up here in the top right corner. From the 2 vertical, we're going to go up and to the right. 5 singles. So you can place and block it if you're new. But if you're an OG, just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now to finish off this little slant, we're just going to go up and to the right 2 flat 3 times in a row. So I already told you guys to keep putting your placement blocks there. So 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then finally, after the placement block, 1, 2, that's 3. That finishes this little slant in the hair. And like I said, most of the bun is going to connect back to this at the end of everything. So that's why I wanted this here. What we can do now is continue shaping that out. And I don't know if we went above our time limit or not. We're reaching that time limit, so we're probably not finishing it even in this part, sadly. What I might be able to do is, do I have enough time to do that? I can bring up the right side of the hair, so that way we can do the bun on the left and the right side in the next video. So let me see if I can actually bring up the right side of the hair. So we're going to just cancel doing the bun on the left side right now. We're going to fly all the way to the right side where we have this placement block marked off on this 21 vertical over here. So it's the only one dangling by itself. And let's see if we can knock that out, and maybe like I'll give it another 5 minutes or so, see if we can reach that hair up to kind of where we have on the left side. And that way we can do the bun on the left and the right side in the next video, all in one. So at the bottom of this 21 vertical on the right side, we're going to put a placement block below it and go down into the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down into the left 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Placement block underneath. Down to left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Placement block underneath. Down to left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Down to left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down to left 2 singles. 1, 2. And we're getting ready to kind of meet up with the hair, kind of like we did on the left side when it went into the shoulder and we had to come back up with the hair. Finally, the messy part of this like diagonal stuff will start making sense to you because it's going to connect to the hair and then rise back up. So from those 2 singles, we're going to go down into left 2 vertical. So placement block underneath or to the left side. 1, 2. And as you can see, it connected to what we had previously done. All we're going to do now is, let me kind of just zoom in to make sure I'm doing this correctly. It connected right here. But what we can do is follow what we already did, and I don't have any of this marked, sadly. So what I can do is, if we go to the 2 vertical we just placed, on the bottom block that we just connected at, we can actually go down into the right 1 single with a coal. Like this. So even though we connected on this left side, we can go to the right side of it and go down into the right 1 single with a coal. From that coal, we can then go up into the right 2 vertical. Up into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. So placement block to the right or top side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. Then clean up your workspace. And now that we have these 2 verticals 3 times in a row, if we go to the middle one, so this one right here, the second to last one from the top, and we go to the bottom block, we can put a placement block underneath it or to the right side so that we can go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then kind of just double back with the hair. And that's what we're doing right now. So from this 2 vertical, we're going to go down into left 1 single from the bottom. Down to left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. And as you can see, I'm just putting the placement block to the bottom or left side each time. It should be fine. Hence why I say down into the left, because we can put the placement block down or to the left side. Down to left 1 single. Down to left 2 vertical. We're going to do this 3 times in a row. So placement block 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And that ended up connecting to what we already had waiting for it. So that's good. All we're going to do then is now we can abandon all this stuff and actually go to this floating piece of dirt block that we have connecting to these singles right here. Because now that we have all the hair done right here, the singles will start rising up and finish that hair. Now, I wouldn't suggest coloring this part yet because some of this stuff is just a gap and doesn't actually have a block in it. I would wait until you're at the finished part of the build where I go over the colors and you can see where the holes in this lie. So don't color this part yet. It's very confusing. As you can see, like just looking at it on my left-hand screen, this looks gross. But if I show you guys the finished build, you'll know where the gaps are, and it's pretty simple. So now let's go to this single where we had the dirt block on it and delete the dirt block and then put a placement block on top or to the right side. So we can go up and to the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. As you can see from the right hand camera screen, we're covering quite a bit of distance, so that's good. We just need to get all the way up, so I have a little bit more and then I'm going to end the video right there. Up and to the right 9 vertical, so placement block to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up and to the right 11 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And from the 11 vertical, I'm going to count down from the top to the 5th and 6th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th and 6th are this one. And from those 2 blocks, we're going to put 1 coal to the right of each of them. 1, 1. And then we can mark that and come back to it. But we're then going to go to the top in the 11 vertical and continue bringing it up from there. So we're going to go up and to the left a 7 vertical. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up and to the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up and to the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, we're just going to go, let me see, am I at the bun yet? Oh yeah, up and to the left, 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And from this 7 vertical, just to finish it off, all we're going to do is mark the top block in it. But then also from the top, we're going to count down 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And on this 3rd block, we're going to put 2 coals to the right. 1, 2. And that's going to be where the bun starts over here. So you can mark that for the next time. So now we have the bun starting on each side of her hair. We have the 2 flat right here on the right side. And on the left side, we have this 1 single and 2 vertical that are kind of just floating above each other. So that's where I want to focus on in the next part. We still haven't even done the roof of her head. There's still more hair on top, but we're going to get to that eventually. And then we have to do the neck, the shading on the neck, and then the eyes and stuff. So I hope we finish it, but it might go to part 6 or part 7 just because of my new video format where I do 15 to 20 minutes at a time. It makes there more parts, but at least I'm not going crazy and there's not crazy breaks between each video. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you do, be sure to hit that like button or subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.